It's not a good week for coaches that were on the brink of being fired because they're being let go. Brent Pry out at Virginia Tech. Kenton Gibbs of Locked On ACC is here to discuss. This had to happen, Kenton. This had to happen. You know, Virginia Tech had a challenging start to the season with two SEC opponents. They should have been able to beat at least one. They were not playing world beaters. They played South Carolina and Vandy. They lost both of them. That was disappointing. The 34-0 run at home against Vanderbilt is one thing, but trailing 31-0 to Old Dominion in Blacksburg, Kenton, is simply put unacceptable. We're hiding one of the best traditions in college football and Enter Sandman because who wants to watch it when the product that's going to be on the field is unwatchable? So Brent Pry is out. This needed to happen. I thought they'd be able to continue the trajectory they had after his first couple of years. Your instant reaction to Brent Pry being out as Virginia Tech's head coach?
Quick question, Spencer. What year were you born?
1997. I am 28.
Okay, 1997. I'm a little bit older than you, just a hair. I know that's ironic for me to say because I'm bald, but I'm just a hair older than you.
You look a solid 12 years older than me, but I look 10 years younger than I am.
Knock it off now. But let me give you a very interesting stat about how proud the Virginia Tech tradition is. From the year that I was born, 1995, up through 2011, they had four seasons of winning less than 10 games. Do you think they missed a bowl in any of those years?
Probably just once.
No, not a single time.
Not a single
time. Lowest win total in there was 7. Do you think that any of those teams were getting blown out by ODU?
No.
Of course not.
That was unthinkable.
ODU has 3 wins all time against Power 4 teams. Do you know how many teams they beaten?
Just the one.
Just the damn one. I do not understand how, and this is a very genuine place that I'm coming from here, because the lunch pail, Beamer Ball, all the Virginia Tech represented for so long. I'm a kid born and raised in Detroit, Michigan. I was just a college football maniac as I've been for quite some time, and I knew about the lunch pail. I knew about what it meant to be a Virginia Tech defender. I knew about what it meant and the pride that went into Beamer Ball. And now they're giving up touchdowns on punt returns instead. And now they're down 31-0 to a group of 16. What are we? This is Brent Pry is a phenomenal human being. He's a great man. I've not heard a bad word about him in terms of his character. I haven't. Unfortunately, as I can't remember what NFL exec it was, but I remember the quote being, if Hannibal Lecter could make a tackle, we just say he had an eating problem. It's not about being a good man. It's about winning football games. Now, ideally, you'd like your head coach to do both, right? Ideally, you want a great guy that wins football games. And yet, Petrino still gets coaching jobs everywhere. You see what I'm saying? You catch my drift?
It turns out winning solves a lot of problems on and off the field.
That's the thing that's most important. And they wanted a coach who could recruit the 757. And instead, you're getting dominated by a team from the 757. You cannot have that happen. Virginia Tech is the preeminent brand in the state of Virginia in terms of football. That's just a fact. They are in a hotbed of talent in Virginia, in the DMV, in that area. You are in a hotbed of talent. He was a decent recruiter, but when it came to game day execution, it felt like Groundhog's Day every year with Kyron Jones in that offense. Oh, this is the year. Kyron Jones is going to get it together. This is the year. He's going to do it. This is the year. Oh, defensively, this is the year. They got all these seniors. Oh, they got all this production coming back. And what do we see? Down 31-0. When you say ODU let off the gas, if you have to use that phrase as a Power 4 team, your head coach is not long for his job. And clearly, Pry was not long for his, as he's now on Indeed. But you know what? We do have a spot for you because we're looking for a former coach on Locked On ACC. So, Coach Pry, if you did want to come on, I know the wound is fresh. I get it. The wound is fresh. If you need a couple weeks, need a month to decide, take your time, but we gladly have you on. We don't have the budget, so you got to do it pro bono, but we know you got about $6 million.
Yeah.
We know you sitting on about $6 million.
Hey, he's all right. He's doing all right. I think you make a number of really good points. The pride of Virginia Tech. They fall into the category for me, Kenton, of sleeping giant in a particular conference. This has been applied to a number of schools over the years. The most prominent Power 4 example is Florida. Another one that has gotten themselves back on the plus side of things is Arizona State. For a long time in the Pac-12, RIP, was always talked about in this way. Virginia Tech should be talked about in this regard because you should have the ability to do better than this. And the reason I'm glad that Virginia Tech, for their own sake, made this move is not because I have a personal axe to grind with Brent Pry. When you have a group of 5 team come in there and blow you out on your home field, it's not like they took one of those strange trips like Oklahoma going to Temple last week, which would still be bad, but at least like you're not at home. If you're losing that badly, it's a pride thing. Yeah. That means you're not going out there with the level of pride that you need to play Virginia Tech football. That means that you have quit because you lost the first 2 games of the season, which is too bad because the season wasn't over. It's not like it was you hadn't played a single conference game yet. But if you're getting blown out by Old Dominion, I'm sorry, you cannot try and turn that around. There's no justification. This is year 4. There's no explanation for it. Your quarterback is there. To your point, they feel like they're doing the same thing with Kyron Drones year in and year out, where he's not progressing as a passer. Yeah, at some point you just got to point the staff and say, nope, that's not good enough. And the defense, nope, that's not good enough either, which is supposed to be Brent Pry's calling card as a former DC. I just think that, this had the makings of a team that could ascend, and instead it is a team that descended really, really quickly. They were Bruce Wayne's dad coming to get him down in the cave on one of those hanging things and whatever it's called in Batman Begins. But instead of slowly descending down, he just cut the line Ocean's 11 style and fell to the bottom of the shaft. Like it was just all the way. This went south so unbelievably fast.
As a comic book nerd, I didn't know where you were going. I didn't know you were going to have a Thomas Wayne reference in here. But you want to talk about RIP to Thomas Wayne, because any world that he lives is not a great world for the rest of us. But that's neither here nor there. The reality is this. You are absolutely right in that they are a sleeping giant. The problem with the ACC right now is too many of those giants are still dormant. Too many schools that are in great locations that have a hotbed of recruiting, that if you look at the top recruits from their state, they go on to be all-conference and all-American elsewhere. Those schools are not getting it right. They're just not, for whatever reason. And at the end of the day,
Georgia Tech is waking up.
Georgia Tech is waking up. And that's my point exactly.
Yes.
You look at the school down the street from NC State. That's another school that should be doing it right. Instead, you're going to get an over-the-hill guy that's going to get you a lot of clicks, but a lot of losses. You look at Virginia Tech. They did, I will say, Virginia Tech gave it their best shot. This hire at the time was lauded as an amazing hire. So I'm not going to say, this is directly.
And it started well.
It did.
It started well. The first 2 years, you saw real growth and progress, and then the last 2, it just.
But now the question has to be, what's going on in Blacksburg that's making success non-sustainable for these coaches? Because if you look at Fuentes, it was a very similar situation. He started off pretty well, and then all of a sudden, it just got worse and worse, and the pressure was getting worse. It just did not get better at any point in time for either one of these coaches as things progress. So there is a question in Blacksburg of what's going on. What is it in the water that coaches come here and initially the way that they want to do things, it works out fairly well, but now we're having struggles. And I will also caution this. If you are a Hokie fan, if you are a believer in Virginia Tech, if you're a person who believes college football is better when Virginia Tech is good, please know the cupboards will be as barren as they have ever been at the end of this. Like you're firing a coach in game 3. You have UVA recruits saying, y'all know where home is if you're recruiting the state of Virginia. Now, here's the interesting fact about that.
Not good.
For as bad as Virginia Tech has been, I want you to guess. When do you think the last time Virginia beat Virginia Tech was?
2017.
2017. let's see how close you were here, because I, I don't.
Oh, we're losing Kenton here momentarily. We might have to do a little audio editing. Up, Kenton went away. Kenton is back now. Yes. When was the last time Virginia beat Virginia Tech?
It was in 2019. Do you want to know what the last time was before that?
2011.
2003.
Oof.
So since 2003, they have won 2 games against a team that they play every year. And they're talking about poaching your recruits. That's what they are. And Tony Elliott's seat ain't exactly cool for his recruits to be acting like this.
It's not, but you know what? It's clearly he's in a better spot than Brent Pry. He's still got a seat. He's still. Yeah. I want to wrap this in about 60 seconds as we can, and this will, I'm sure, be an ongoing discussion. But is there one or maybe even 2 names out there that you see on the coaching carousel as this is who Virginia Tech should go hire?
You know, I'm going to say something that some Virginia Tech fans may be able to explain to me, because I would love to hear this. Their defensive line coach, J.C. Price, why is he not the guy? Every time that team is going through something, he has steered the ship as the interim coach and led them to at least look functional, led them to at least look like a serious football program while he was at the helm. He played for Virginia Tech during their heydays. He knows the pride. He knows what the lunch pail means. He is a guy that loves that place down to the ground. Why he isn't the guy, I don't know, but maybe there are people who know that and I don't. And also, in terms of the carousel, it's too early because we don't know who's going where and what jobs are going to be open. I have a feeling that other sleeping giant you mentioned earlier in the show, they may have an opening soon as well. So the dominoes falling there could determine who's available for Vatech.